What's going on, Goat Nation? I'm back with another video, and you already know what time it is, bro. I always be reacting to this guy, but like, he be making fire content, and I'd be like, yo, let me listen to that Marvel updates. I love hearing his updates and what's going on in Marvel and what the rumors are, and you know, I just like his channel, okay? And I'm gonna keep on reacting to it because I love his channel. Because you already know I'm reacting to that Cosmic Wonder. Marvel confirms Avengers Secret Wars, Loki and SYLVIE connection. We got confirmation, bro. Let's go. Bro, as I said before, Loki Season 2, Episode 1 has been fantastic. Episode 2. Episode 2 will be actually coming out, I believe, tomorrow. So, yeah. Hey, I hope it's amazing. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and jump straight into this video. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're on the road to 200 subs. See what Cosmic talking about.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and Marvel Studios not
What's up,
only
Warren?
confirmed the importance of Loki Season 2, of course, in the multiverse saga, but also how important Loki and SYLVIE themselves are going into Avengers Secret Wars. And hearing quite a bit of things about Loki Season 2, especially coming straight from Marvel, kind of sheds some light on what exactly to expect for the ending of Loki Season 2. Looks like we have a pretty decent idea of what exactly is going to happen. Don't worry, we're not talking any spoilers like who could possibly die, but it doesn't look like things are going back to normal for Loki and SYLVIE. This is coming from Marvel Studios producer Kevin Wright, who has been doing a lot of interviews for the show recently because they had the WGA strike before where nobody could basically promote the movie. And the writer strike is still happening right now. Hopefully that gets resolved pretty soon. But basically the only promotions that they could have for the movie are in-house, so people who are actually with Marvel Studios. And Kevin Wright has done a great job recently going around doing a lot of different interviews, and he's been giving us a lot of great information actually. So we'll dive into what he has recently said about the connection between Loki Season 2 and Secret Wars, and talk about how Loki is not only going to affect Secret Wars, but a lot of other shows coming up in the meantime as well. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Also, if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win a PS5, an Xbox Series X, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items as well. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. Now, right away, go ahead and let us know if you liked Season 2, Episode 1 of Loki. A lot of people have been stating Marvel is back, and they have actually hit some big numbers with Loki Season 2's premiere that Marvel hasn't hit in a very long time. For those curious, within the first 3 days of the Loki Season 2 premiere, they racked in 10.9 million views. This is the most out of any Disney Plus project in 2023, except the Season 3 premiere of The Mandalorian. The Ahsoka premiere hit 14 million global views in the first 5 days, but did not hit 10.9 in the first 3 days. So it's a pretty big deal. A lot of people are really excited about Loki. And a lot of people have even said that it saved Marvel, and Marvel is back. But I think Loki and SYLVIE might actually save the MCU within the MCU, defeating Kang variants as well. So as I mentioned, Marvel Studios producer Kevin Wright has been doing a lot of interviews. This interview is with comicbook.com's Phase Zero podcast. And in the interview, when discussing how Loki affects the rest of the MCU moving forward, this is what he said. As we were developing Loki, we were kind of like, oh, in a broad sense, it would be really cool if the coming phases also ran through Loki and his choices, but in a different, unexpected way. It always, I mean, those are kind of like broad discussions, but we always are focusing in on just what we're doing and try not to get too bogged down by the bigger picture. If we tell our story really well, the rest of the MCU will embrace it. Now, there's more to this. He goes on to specifically talk about SYLVIE, but let's talk about this first part real quick. When he says that it would be really cool if the coming phases also ran through Loki and his choices, there are a few different things that can actually be affected here. One is if you go all the way back to the finale of Loki Season 1, that's obviously a huge event. Loki essentially created the multiverse there. Technically, SYLVIE, or I should say, they have unleashed yet again the multiverse, because as we learned in Loki Episode 1 in Season 2, it looks like the multiverse kind of exists as raw time, but Kang's invention, the time loom, brings them all together and weaves them into one main timeline. So essentially it looks like SYLVIE and Loki kind of undid that, and that kind of is the basis of Secret Wars, the ability of the multiverse to actually exist. There couldn't be a multiversal war without the multiverse being into play, and that's exactly how He Who Remains in Loki Season 1 won. He defeated other timelines with the strongest Kangs, and then he secluded his own timeline and kept branches from branching out. But now everything is undone. Even if the time loom is still there, they are no longer pruning branches that pop out of the main timeline, essentially creating a million different variants of Kang, infinite different variants of Kang. So choices 1 and 2. 1, to kill Kang the Conqueror / He Who Remains, essentially created the multiverse again in the MCU, and 2, choosing to not prune those branch timelines also keeps intact the multiverse. So obviously this plays a big effect, and this obviously brings in our villains, Kang. And somewhere out there in the multiverse is the Council of Kangs, Immortus, Ramatut, and the Scarlet Centurion. These Kang variants coming to power are a direct result of what
why
Loki
does he look
and
like he
SYLVIE
got
did. Now he also says the other
lipstick on?
phases are going to be affected by their decisions in a different but unexpected way. Some of these we probably haven't seen yet because Loki obviously still has a lot more choices to make in Loki Season 2. But in the interview, comicbook.com said, so Tom Hiddleston's Loki is the catalyst for Secret Wars confirmed. Thank you very much. In which Kevin Wright said, SYLVIE has a lot of responsibility in that too, by the way, with what she's done with the multiverse. Now, obviously what we said before about the finale of Loki Season 1 remains true. Everything they did essentially allowed Secret Wars to be created. However, we are now getting into the personal decisions that Loki and SYLVIE are going to be making in Season 2. For example, we know that they are going to run into Victor Timely and other variants of Kang the Conqueror as well, and we don't know what's going to happen with these variants. Are they going to be good? Are they going to be bad? Is SYLVIE going to go out and kill each one of these variants? We are unsure at this moment. But what we do know is that the decision that Tom Hiddleston's Loki is struggling with in Loki Season 2 so far, the decision of whether pruning the timelines is right or wrong and whether they should continue to do it or not in order to keep Kang and his variants away, well, it looks like that decision is pretty much made by the end of Loki Season 2. And whether that's made by him or it's made by somebody else forcing him to do it, it's made. And what's going to end up happening is nothing, essentially. They're going to continue to allow the timeline to branch out. This is going to create other universes, and it's going to create other variants of Kang. And we know this because of what is going to happen in Deadpool 3. The TVA is going to be in Deadpool 3, and it sounds like Owen Wilson's Mobius is going to have a pretty decent role in that movie as well. However, here's where we are going to start to see the backlash of the decision to not prune any timelines, which is the multiversal war. That is the backlash. We already know that in Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine are going to visit a lot of different universes, and we know that incursions are going to start to happen a lot, and we're going to see them. We also know that the TVA is going to play a huge role in Deadpool 3 and Secret Wars because they're going to save certain heroes from dying universes and bring them all together on one planet, sort of like Battleworld in the comics. Now, the other day I put out a theory that Loki is going to rule the TVA by the end of Loki Season 2 and possibly the end of the multiverse saga and put together sort of a multiversal Avengers team to try and help save the universe. Because Loki and SYLVIE want free will for everybody, but they also can't have the multiverse being destroyed. So what Loki and SYLVIE could do is monitor the multiverse, and anytime there's a Kang that gets out of control, they send the multiversal Avengers team of crazy powerful superheroes from many different universes to go and take on a variant or many variants of Kang the Conqueror, which essentially is what we are going to get in Avengers Secret Wars. Here's what we've heard from insiders. In Deadpool 3, the TVA will indeed start to save a bunch of heroes, put them in one place, and then start to kind of use them to fix the multiverse. This mainly comes in the form of Secret Wars, with us hearing a report that the TVA is going to send the multiversal Avengers team to Earth 616 to help them in their battle against Kang to help restore the entire multiverse. Since by the time we get to Secret Wars, we assume it's pretty much going to be destroyed, at least a lot of it, with a lot of incursions having happened and many universes having been destroyed. So this is how Loki and SYLVIE are major players for Secret Wars. They have essentially saved or released the TVA from what they used to know. And moving forward, the decision has been made to not prune any of the timelines. And remember what He Who Remains said, the two of them could run the TVA together in order to ensure the chaos doesn't break out. And it seems like that is essentially what is going to happen, and the TVA is going to play a huge role in saving a bunch of different people from the incursions that are happening in the multiverse. And of course, this is just one of many ways in how we are going to see a lot of different variants in the MCU in Secret Wars. Plus, not to mention, one of the main ways Loki and Sylvie are going to be involved in Secret Wars is that they know Kang. They know He Who Remains. They know what he told them. He Who Remains explained to them how the first multiversal war started, how he defeated all the other kings with Goliath, and what he did to make sure no other king variants arrived. They have information that is crucial. Plus, not to mention, they'll have the TVA at their disposal. So they're going to be extremely powerful players in Avengers Secret Wars. And it's nice to hear that Kevin Wright said Sylvie is along for the ride as well, since, yeah, she did have a big part to play in the multiverse essentially being let loose again. So go ahead and let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Are you excited for more of Loki Season 2? And how do you think Loki and Sylvie are going to play big roles in Secret Wars? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to not miss out on any of the latest Loki and MCU news.
Man, another great video from Cosmic. He's always killing it. Man, I cannot wait for this next episode and the rest of Loki, and then Kang Dynasty, then Secret Wars. This is exciting. Anyways, hey, are you guys excited for this? Put in the comments below. I'm actually pretty curious. And yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment or two. You already know what to do. Go Nation. I'm out. I don't know why. I did that. Didn't make no sense. Anyways, I'm out. I'm yeah.